What are we? Oh, we're in extreme fear. What emotion is driving the market right now? Extreme fear. So market momentum is extreme fear. Stock price strength is extreme fear. Stock price breadth is extreme fear. Put and call options is extreme fear. Market volatility is neutral. What? It's at 30. Safe haven demand is at extreme fear. Junk bond demand, extreme fear. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen extreme fear in almost every single one. Shit. Let's have a piece of candy, because that was a piece of candy, but now I want more candy. I have this bad habit of just gorging. You know what I mean, chat? Like, you go to Korean barbecue and I just gorge. When I eat candy, I want to eat the whole damn bag. They stole his NFTs. Well, friends, it happened to me. Got fish and had 4 NFTs stolen. Please don't buy or trade these while I work to resolve. Looks like you bought my stolen ape. Hit me up so we can fix it. Are gone. Oh no, dude. Someone steal all your apes. Someone steal all your apes. Oh no, dude. Somebody stole your apes, bro. These apes suck. NFTs blow. Chat. One thing this is a piece of candy. The Onion is full of time travelers, so when they say something, you should sit up and take notice.
Wow. It's your ex-wife on the beach with her new lover. She looks so happy. Happier than she ever was with you, that's for sure. Man, look at him. He's so handsome. He's rich, too. Look how strong he is.
What?
You could never do.
What is this? China will overtake the United States in the next 25 years. Join the Onion on TikTok to start getting on their good side. What is this shit?
That. Look how safe she feels in his arms. She never felt that with you. She honestly doesn't even think about you anymore.
Damn, dude.
It's like you were never there.
Damn, dude.
And the sex is incredible. You never did things like this together, did you? You were too busy getting drunk and playing video games. Well, don't worry. You'll have plenty of time to do that now. All by yourself.
That's U.S.
Forever.
citizens dancing with China. Yeah, exactly. That's me with China. I feel so safe in President Xi's arms. So, like, when the United States finally balkanizes and falls apart, Chairman Xi, contact me. I will serve in the American Liberation Front. Like, let me know. I will learn. I am loading up Chinese on Duolingo right now. All right? Just help me, sir. What's your least favorite tank and why? I really don't like the Sherman. I think it looks like shit aesthetically. I mean, it's named after, it's got the best name in the tank game, but it just looks bad. I don't think it performed very well. The M3 Lee is ugly as fuck. Oh man, that thing is trash. But the Sherman is not, it's not very good looking, honestly. The best tank? I mean, T-34. T-34, I mean, like, how can you not say? So this is how Conor Lamb's campaign is going. Another exchange with an aggressive Lamb volunteer fighting with a Fetterman supporter and bring up his stroke. The instruction to volunteers in this situation is generally just to move to the next voter, not fight like you're on Twitter. Hi, Jeremy. My name is Bin. What, Trash Bin? Like, what? What the fuck is your name? Bin? And I'm with Conor Lamb's campaign for the Senate. Election day is on Tuesday, May 17th, and if you haven't voted yet, we want to make sure that you have all the info you need to head to the polls. Will you be supporting Conor in Tuesday's Democratic primary election? Stop to quit. If there's anyone running to the left of Conor, I will support that person. If not, Conor will have my vote. Does this person not know that Fetterman is fucking, like, what? It's fucking, like, what kind of answer is that? Anyway, well, it's fine. Conor has beaten Trump candidates 3 times in 3 years. His top priorities include protecting and expanding Medicare and Social Security, raising the minimum wage to $15. That's why man should endorse you, bro. And cutting prescription drug prices, creating and protecting jobs, and strengthening unions. Does he support the PRO Act? I truly believe that Conor... Notice how they have to run to the left. They have to run to the left. Amazing. I truly believe that Conor gives us the best chance to win in November and has the record to prove it. You can find out more about the issues Conor cares about. So there must be someone running to his left then. I will support that person. If you actually care about things, you should do the same. All right, hold on. That makes zero sense. Conor is a Democrat who supports progressive policies and voted as such in the House. He's the only one who could win the general, and if you care about flipping the seat, you'd vote for Conor. Yeah, so John Fetterman is running to the left of Conor. I will definitely be supporting him. I will never support another status quo Dem if given the chance. I hope the days of Dems like Conor are coming to an end. He is not a good politician, and if you actually cared about the people of Pennsylvania, you would support the much better candidate in Fetterman. Let's fucking go! Debate bro these people! Debate bro! What has Fetterman done for the people of PA? He has no record other than living off his rich dad until he was 40, not paying taxes, that's not true, and chasing an unarmed black man with a shotgun. Damn, John Fetterman sounds based. Conor has a stellar record of actual work, cares about PA to the point he's voted for the infrastructure bill and the American Rescue Plan, has won all 3 debates. Now, chat, you really want to talk about dads? Conor Lamb's dad is a bank lobbyist. Let's talk about dads, chat. Dude, I had an identical text exchange with a Lamb volunteer. Tweet it at me, Suave Sage, and I'll send it over to Ryan Grimm. But do it quickly. Screenshot it and tweet. Thank you. I really hope he wins since he actually has the same policy positions that I do. If you look at Conor and think of the same, then maybe it's your morals and values we should be talking about. I understand and have been exactly where you are. I hope you find your way to a better place like I did. If Conor wins the primary, he will reluctantly have my vote in the general. I will say good luck with your future contacts, but honestly, I hope they fail as well. Yes! Fucking incredible. I hope they fail as well. Notice how every way these right-wing Democrats run in the primary is if, oh, I'm a $15 minimum wage, expand Medicare, blah, 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 blah. And then they get in office and they're like, minimum wage. I had to vote for Fetterman in Summer Lee by provisional ballot because I was purged from the voter rolls. My wife was still in the book, so I was confused. But Dennis Sr. died last month, lived in a different county, and they must have purged all Dennises in the state. Well, you make sure you prove that you are supposed to be registered. All right. That one was a little bit too calm for me. I want some anger.
A lot of key elections this week, including the Republican Senate primary in Pennsylvania, where we are still waiting to see if the Trump-endorsed celebrity TV doctor will be declared the winner. There's a wild story coming out of a smaller race in western Pennsylvania around Pittsburgh you probably have not heard about. It's in the 12th congressional district, where one lobbying group dumped millions of dollars to try to take down a Democratic candidate in that primary named Summer Lee. Now, with 99% of the vote in, the state representative Lee is ahead by less than 500 votes. Last night, she all but declared victory, although the race has not yet been called, as we wait for a small number of outstanding votes to be tallied. Now, in October, Lee launched her campaign to fill the seat that was being vacated by a retiring congressman named Mike Doyle. And she did it with the support of the Justice Democrats. That's the group that supported New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's first campaign, among others. And Lee maintained a significant lead in the polling all the way through April, when the pro-choice group Emily's List released a survey showing her ahead by 25 points.
Wow. So in other words, early into the race, we knew, so she was way ahead. She was way ahead in the race.
But then a torrent of outside money started pouring in. And a huge amount of it came from a political action committee for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC, called the United Democracy Project. Now, The Intercept reports that in less than a month, the United Democracy Project poured more than $1 million into ads in Pennsylvania's 12th district. The bulk of the messaging attacked Lee, though just over $100,000 meant to materials supporting her main challenger, attorney Steve Irwin. In total, listen to this number, United Democracy Project has spent more than $2.3 million on the race so far. $2.3 million in a random congressional primary in a race where the top two candidates spent under $1.4 million combined. And that's as of last filing at the end of April. And the United Democracy Project, which is a sort of anonymous sounding name, has been dumping enormous amounts of cash in other races too. The Washington Post reports that in Texas's 28th congressional district, quote, it has spent $1.2 million to help Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar defeat challenger Jessica Cisneros. Last week, in the final weeks of the special election in Ohio's 11th district, United Democracy, combined with other pro-Israel group, quote, spent another $500,000 on ads against progressive Democratic candidate Nina Turner. Now, to be totally clear, there's nothing illegal about this. In the 12 years since the Supreme Court's decision in a case called Citizens United.
Who gives a shit if it's legal or not? It's only legal because of a disgusting Supreme Court case. You're not supposed to have billionaires be able to dump all this money into political campaigns. That was against the law. while I was in my 20s.
Outside groups and corporations have been allowed to spend unlimited amounts of money in elections. Of course, the concern of those who oppose that Citizens United decision is that there's just something fundamentally corrupting about a single entity spending at this scale and essentially becoming the dominant player in a race.
Why is it such a big deal that this group is pro-Israel? Feels weird that they keep mentioning it because they're not making any campaign ads about supporting Israel. They're specifically, why is a foreign government spending so much money, or interests that support a foreign government spending so much money to attack a certain ideological strain of politics without even referencing what they're supposed to be about, which is Israel?
Matter who they are. It could be any group from the ethanol lobby to teachers unions. If the candidate is elected, where a group pours in $3 million, $2.5 million in a race, right? It's pretty clear that person who's elected is pretty beholden, right? They're incentivized to orient their public life around the fact that this particular interest group put them in office. And that's precisely the kind of tacit quid pro quo issue that made Citizens United such a terrible ruling and has wreaked so much havoc in our election system. But there's also something else I find insidious about this particular use of big money. Because you see, the United Democracy Project exists to bolster the United States' relationship with the State of Israel. It's the issue they care about is whether the U.S. is staunch and unflinching in its support of Israel. And of course, there's an active debate in Democratic policy circles about how staunchly supportive or critical we should be, depending on the actions of the Israeli government, particularly in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. But here's the thing, crucially, that is not the issue that this PAC is engaging in when it gets involved in these races. I mean, if the United Democracy Project, right, wants to spend millions of dollars running ads saying Summer Lee is critical of Israel and we don't think she should be, support Steve Irwin because he will stand by Israel, well, then, have at it. That's democracy, at least in the Citizens United version. That's sort of how it works now. But the thing is, they recognize Israel is not the top issue for the voters in Pennsylvania's 12th district. And so what they did instead was launch an almost comically disingenuous attack, claiming Lee is not a real Democrat.
She calls herself a Democrat, but Summer Lee said she wanted to dismantle the Democratic Party, dismantle it, and she's done everything in her power to do just that. When Joe Biden was running against Trump, Summer Lee attacked Biden's character, said he'd take us backwards.
In 2019.
And Lee refused to support Biden's infrastructure plan that's now rebuilding bridges and roads in western Pennsylvania. Summer Lee, more interested in fighting Democrats than getting results. UDP is responsible for the content of this ad.
I mean, wild, right? So here's this group, UDP, you've never heard of. They're saying, Summer Lee is bad because she's not a real Democrat. We want authentic Democrats. But they don't care who a real Democrat is. They care about whether Summer Lee is sufficiently supportive of Israel or not. I mean, on the homepage of their own website, the United Democracy Project calls themselves, quote, an organization comprised of American citizens, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, united in belief that America's partnership with our democratic ally Israel benefits both countries. The spokesperson was exceedingly clear about their motivations in a recent statement to the Washington Post, saying, quote, our goal is to build the biggest bipartisan coalition in Congress for the U.S.-Israel relationship. Again, that's their stated goal. That's what they care about. They care about that over everything else, to the point where they have endorsed over 100 Republican candidates who voted to overturn the 2020 election results after the insurrection. And again, it's a free country. That's their right. They can support whoever they want, okay? But no one should be taking any lectures from them about who and who is not a real Democrat. We should all be really clear about what this is really about, because it's going to keep happening.
Damn, that's based. That's actually based. Thank you, Chris. Seriously, MSNBC is usually goddamn terrible, but that's the type of stuff we need to start seeing on MSNBC and other places libs watch. Start attacking those groups and undermining their credibility because they really are right-wing psychos. This is a useless argument that we should require orgs to only do political ads reflecting their purposes. I don't know. I have a better idea. Don't allow outside money to go into our campaigns and pollute them with billions of dollars of outside spending. Why is his cadence like Tucker Carlson? I don't really understand that argument. Whatever. He's just doing television talk. You have an obligation to like, comment, and subscribe.